Hello and welcome to Leaflet. Today we're looking at an article from AERA Open published by Bastian and Fuller in 2018. This article is titled Answering the Bell: High School Start Times and Student Academic Outcomes. In 2014, the American Academy of Pediatrics issued a policy statement recommending that middle and high schools start no earlier than 8:30 a.m. The AAP made this recommendation based on years of research suggesting that lack of sleep can be detrimental to student achievement, especially among disadvantaged students. Cost-benefit analyses have been conducted and suggest that the financial returns from delaying high school start times by 1 hour, just 1 hour, could be 9 times larger than the costs to implement the change and could add $83 billion dollars to the U.S. economy over the next decade. Today, the average start time is 8 a.m., with only 13.8% of secondary schools in the U.S. starting the day at 8:30 or later. Bastian and Fuller set out to examine schools with varying start times with the goal of answering two important questions. Do later high school start times predict students' engagement with school and their achievement in school? And do later high school start times have larger impacts on the engagement and achievement outcomes of disadvantaged student subgroups? They examined a diverse set of students and schools across urban and rural settings, including 410 unique high schools and 770,623 individual students. Their measurement of student engagement is of special interest for its unconventionality. While student engagement is often measured by participation in sports or other school activities, Bastian and Fuller considered these mere proxies for engagement. Taking a more foundational approach to what it means to be an engaged student, they assessed this metric by measuring absences, first period grades, and average course grades on a 4.0 scale. It is also worth noting that despite the research spanning hundreds of schools and multiple districts, there may be unmeasured school or district characteristics associated with later start times that are also correlated with student outcomes. Bastian and Fuller found no significant relationships between start times and absences or between start times and average course grades. ACT and EOC, remember those, scores were also largely unaffected. However, students' grades in first period classes were slightly higher on average in schools with later start times. Starting at 8:30 rather than 7:30 also resulted in a 17% decrease in the average number of high school students suspended throughout the school year. Future researchers are called upon to consider the voices of parents, students, and teachers personally who have been or could be influenced by time start changes, as well as to explore potential unintended consequences. For example, elementary schools in a given district may need to start earlier to accommodate multiple busing runs to lessen traffic congestion. So the solutions could be more complex than immediately anticipated, though they could be at the same time incredibly beneficial economically. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy of one on iTunes. Check out our website for more information, for our blog posts, for our mailing list, and all that jazz. You can also get nice little mugs and t-shirts that say Leaflet on them if you feel so inclined. Help support the show. Thank you so much, and never stop learning.